Good to go.
Welcome back to another adventure in Darkmoore Harbor. Danger at Darkmoore, say. Thank you for the background music. Last session left off with the party being carted into the night in pretty much a cage on wheels to be brought before the law by royal knights. By royal knights and the royal executor Skiris. This session will be beginning. It'll be the next evening. It is now midnight, with all of the party having been interrogated and questioned between the two sessions, and so all of them are battered and bruised to varying amounts from that interrogation. But now we begin. The party is in the jailhouse of Darkmoore Harbor, and this jailhouse is located on the Clock Tower Square, across from the blacksmithery. And so the party themselves, they are all in separate cells, with Sakala and Iris their cells are right next to each other, and as they face across the room, the two cells that contain Lai and Almanar. There is no guard currently in the room that you all are in, but the party is aware that the room itself is secured by a large iron door on one end of the room. The party will know that behind that door is a long hallway that leads by various other cells and guard posts. But beyond that hallway is freedom and the exit to the jail. So, what will y'all do? Or anything that you would like to say regarding a plan?
I don't have a plan to get out. I'd plan to just, if worst comes to worst,
we flip off the mobiles.
we fight our way out. But right now, I kind of just want to wait. I want to meet this one true king guy.
I blame all of you, first off. This is all your fault. Because you guys don't know how to hide a body, apparently, so...
We weren't... Okay, what do you want us to do?
In my defense, I think it was Brady's idea to leave the body.
No, I left it at the door.
Well, it wasn't my idea, so I'm out of it.
I believe it was Almanar.
It was my idea.
So by default, I am not associated with that idea.
I wasn't associated with any of this. I was just kind of there.
Yeah, y'all just in the room, kind of participating in slaughter.
You're just participating in regicide. It's not like it's a big deal.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm still okay with the outcome, but I wasn't a part of it.
But
I wanted him dead just as much as everyone else in this room. Okay.
And this one is
But
okay.
Hold on.
But just to clarify something with you, Mel,
Yeah.
that the king will not be here for this trial.
Bullshit.
Just telling you that now. I just want to not trying to raise your expectations or anything. Now, let's say if you had murdered a noble higher up on the food chain of the Empire, that could have been a possibility. But
Now I know.
there you go. There's a goal for you, a stretch goal. So, by the sounds of it, Almanar doesn't have any plans about breaking out. But what about the rest of y'all? Iris, Sakala, and Lai.
I'm just meditating in myself.
He's on the top.
Is there a specific thing that you are looking for in your meditation, or seeking out question-wise, or just no?
No.
Just
If you're trying to commune with Tiamat, then we can try something, or you just kind of...
no, just like one of them, like relaxing meditations.
Alright, fair enough. And then you, Ryan, what do you have to say?
He's laying on the cot in complete and utter pain right now.
Understandable. Iris did take the worst of the beatings from the interrogator, so she's just trying to mitigate her pain on the rather threadbare and, well, it's not the most comfortable cot you've ever been on. And last but not least, Sakala. Are you going
Are there any keys in this room?
You see no keys, and you know that your cell doors are locked. But both Sakala and Lai do have 3 sets of lockpicks on them.
See, I would, but no one else has any intentions of leaving, though.
With the rest of y'all, if a way of escaping made itself available to y'all, would you attempt to escape, or are you more interested in just facing your trial?
If everyone else decides to take off, I'm not gonna just sit here and take off.
I'll stay with you.
Okay.
I will see if this goes through, then I won't leave.
Well, if you and I decide to take off, I'm following.
Uh-huh. So, if sounds of it, if Sakala wants to try to escape and break free, then the party isn't just gonna sit there. It sounds like they'll try to help and do their way, or make their way out with her. So,
Dark, she's leaving.
I'm sure that'll get you a lot of brownie points.
You see, this is what I have to deal with right here.
It's all good fun.
I can't even look at her.
Thank you, Mel, for sending your D&D thing.
I'm gonna be very straightforward and honest. Even if we do get the chance, 3 of us are relatively sneaky. 1 of us is not.
True.
Just a bunch of other charges. Just putting that out there.
Yeah, I know.
I say we just take it like a man.
But I'm not a man.
Neither
You
am I.
sexist beast! How dare you? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
My father told me when I was a young
Take
boy
it like a draft.
to be a man, and then he died. But
And what does that tell you right now?
He took it like a man.
and equals
Oh.
things to die for your convictions.
Nice.
You take him to the city to see a marshal.
That class. Oh, XD. Nice meme.
Linares does a lot of marching bands. It's very studious.
So I guess y'all will instead you'll just, I guess, rest until the morning when the trial will occur, or or Sakala or the others, do y'all want to try to break out? Those are pretty much the 2 options you have.
I'm gonna wait to see what everyone else starts doing. And while I'm waiting, I'm probably just gonna like do a little like tap on the bars, make a little tune out of it.
So Sakala, if you want to try to break out, then I'd have you roll sleight of hand, which is a d20, to try to unlock your cell door if that's something you want to try. So it doesn't sound like if you just do it, you're going to be the only one escaping.
It's okay.
So-
No, I'll wait it out. We'll see what happens.
Alright, if y'all are just going to, in that case, I would like everybody, if y'all are just going to rest and wait for the next day, everybody roll your hit dice. So,
What is that?
now that's your
The guy we rolled
for HP. And so for Sakala, as a rogue, you'll roll a 1d8, and then everybody add your Constitution modifier. So if everybody could do that now,
What's a constitution?
go to your ability score and see the big number. You know, the plus or the minus or the 0.
Yeah.
I don't. It's different per class, so.
So do
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna.
roll a d6? I don't remember.
Your hit
Since
die.
your most recent level is a ranger, roll a 1d10.
1d10.
What would it be for a fighter? Would it just be a D10 too?
Yes. So Iris, Almanar, and Lai will be rolling a d10, and then you'll add your con modifier.
That's the one that looks like the double pyramid, right?
Yes. No, that's the 1d8.
Oh.
That's the actual pyramid. 1d10 is more of a, you can see that it only goes up to 9.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And so, let's see. What did Sakala roll then?
I got a 2.
So you see where it says Constitution?
Okay. So then, in that case, you regain 2 HP. Hey!
I got a
Yay!
3.
Alright, and the line regains 3 HP. Woo! And as for Iris and Almanar, start by didn't hear you.
I got regain 9.
Well, damn son. Alright.
I regained 3.
Wow. Alright. So, there we go, everybody. Iris is now shot up to being the member with the second most available HP at the moment. So, hey. How's about that, huh? Alright, in that case, you all wait till morning, and even though y'all cannot tell, at the crack of dawn, the door to y'all's cell room opens, and in comes, in comes 6 royal knights, in comes 8 royal knights, and so they all unlock your cell doors, one by one, and pull out y'all. So first,
Run away!
they pull out Iris, and keep in mind that everybody has shackles, or has manacles holding their wrists together, and they have shackles around their feet, limiting their walk to just a shuffle. So pretty much everybody's movement speed will be halved as long as they have those shackles on.
They look like penguins.
I guess before this, I will give Sakala. I guess pretty much if y'all want to try to unlock these manacles or shackles, that's up to y'all. But I mean, I'll allow that. We can retcon that if y'all want to try to roll for that. But
Lies being compliant.
all right, fair enough.
Okay.
Fine. I'll do it.
No one's telling you to, but I mean,
You can do it. It's because everybody's going to look at you. We're going to look at the cards and we're going to be like, yeah, we're not looking for anymore.
Well, I know, but 1 against 6, my chances are not very good, even if I do manage to break out of this stuff.
oh, there's actually 8 knights.
Okay, sorry, 8. 1 against 8 is not very fair. I'm gonna get caught regardless if I try to break out of this thing or not, so...
No, I'm saying that during the night, or during when y'all are resting, if you want to try to unlock your manacles or your shackle, your pretty much your ankle shackles, just to pretty much you can make it look like they're still locked, but you can easily burst out of them if when you need to. I'm just giving that to you as an option.
I would suggest you do that just in case shit goes sideways, or more sideways than it already is.
Yeah, I'll go for that then. That's D20, right?
Yep, D20 plus sleight of hand.
Plus sleight of hand. So it's 14.
Alright, and which are you trying to unlock? The manacles or the leg shackles?
Oh gosh. Which one seems like a better option?
Do you want to try to wield stuff and swing stuff? Or do you want to try to be able to move around and run fast?
So that's what I'm asking everyone else is, do you think it's better to run or better to hit people?
I'd best to not try to fight them and just get the hell out.
So running? Okay. So
Yeah.
the feet then.
Alright, in that case, you hear a click as the lockpick, as you successfully
Holy crap.
open or unlock the shackles. Unfortunately, the lockpick, the one that you're using, breaks in your hand. So you only have 2 lockpicks left.
Okay.
So you can either you can pass along your lockpick to the person next to you, who'd be Iris, and they can attempt it themselves. Or you could also try to unlock your manacles, since you have 2 left. So pretty much you pass it through the cell bars to pass it along.
Yeah. Well, does anyone else want to try and break out of something?
Pass them over here. I'll do
Yeah.
it.
Lai looks at Almanar and asks him if he needs one.
Yeah, pass them over.
Alright, so
Well, you can't really look at Amina. You're next to each other, unless
that,
you can see
fine?
through.
Yeah, it's bars, Kara.
Hey, y'all, 1 second. What's up, Ryan? You're saying something?
Oh no, I was gonna say I was confirming that Almanar wants to try.
Yeah, so I gave Almanar one of the lockpicks.
Well, I know, but is it bars all the way around, or is it just bars in the front and then 3 walls?
Oh yeah, it's bars in the front walls, but then you could reach out of the bar and with your hand and then kind of pass it along as they reach to grab it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Does it look like I've been to jail? No, I don't know how it works.
I haven't been to jail either, but hey,
Well, I mean, this was
it's all
like
good.
You know what? You shut your mouth. That's not the same thing.
I've been to
There's
jail.
only bars on the windows.
Let's not bring real life shit into the game. But anyway, so are you gonna give Iris both of your lockpicks or one? And if you want to try to.
I know Almanar wanted one, but I didn't know if Iris wanted one.
I
Well-
wanted one.
I gave Almanar one though.
Okay,
Alright, so in that
I
case-
gave Almanar one, so I guess I'll give Iris one.
Alright, cool. In that case, I would like everybody to, first of all, indicate which one you're trying to unlock, and then roll for sleight of hand if everybody now has a lockpick. So,
I'm going for the one on my feet.
yeah, I
The
wanna
shackle.
alright. Almanar indicates his interest in feet, and, sorry, just joking. And so, roll sleight of hand.
Oh yeah, that's a overall of 20.
Yeah. You successfully hear a click. Your feet are, they sell the shackles. You know you can easily just break out of them. Unfortunately, the lockpick in your hand also breaks.
Damn it.
Alright, Iris is gonna go for her feet as well.
All right, go ahead and roll sleight of hand.
Dope.
That's what.
9 plus 0, so
Ooh.
9.
The
Oh,
lock. You kind of wiggle it around, but unfortunately, lockpicking isn't Iris's forte, and just the lockpick snaps in half in your hand. So,
Do you want another one, Almanar? Because I have 2 more.
Nah, I'm good.
and then let's see. And so then, Brady, are you gonna? Is Eli going to try and unlock something as well, or
Nah. He's a good boy.
no? All right then.
lame.
If anything, we'll just have Iris carry him. He's strong.
Wow. There you go. Iris having to be the team's back again, huh? Okay.
Basically.
Keep in mind, Sakala, you still have 2 lockpicks, so if you...
No, I don't. I have one.
That's right, you have 1. So if you want to supply Iris with another one for the attempt, or unless you want to try to unlock your own manacles, that is up to you.
I mean, I think I'm good with the feet, so...
Bunch of foot fetishes over there.
Yeah, then if you don't want to pass it over, that's fine, and then we'll resume with what was going on, or will you give Iris a second chance? Or
I don't know. Iris, you want to try again?
It's your call. Your lockpick.
Once I get my stuff back, I'll get another lockpick back. So
Yeah,
If we get our stuff back.
we will get our stuff back.
There we go. Positive.
I've got too much crap in that backpack to lose.
It's a big backpack.
I just want my
It's
yellow
It's like
gem.
Mary freaking Poppins' purse. Okay, I've got everything in there.
I just want my gem.
I do have a lot of stuff. I have a take it back. So I'll probably need this.
Alright, so in that case, if nothing else is going to happen, so Almanar and Skull are able to successfully unlock the shackles in their leg. Iris unfortunately did not, and then Lai didn't even bother. And so, I'm just messing. So, at crack of dawn, 8 royal guards. You can tell they're royal by they're all wearing full plate golden and white armor to indicate their association with the one true king and one true queen. And so they come in, and one by one, ordering from Iris, then Almanar, then Lai, then Sakala. They take each of y'all out of your cells, and pretty much one party member gets 2 guards, and those 2 guards lead everybody out of the cell room into a long hallway, and they lead them forward. It's occasionally interspersed by different cells or different branching off hallways, but eventually the light of day shines further down the hallway, and the guards unlock another set of iron doors and lead the party into the Clock Tower Square. And so the Clock Tower Square, as the party can see, is just packed with the throngs of people. And so there are a multitude of other royal guards, all clearing a path between, or in the crowd for the party to make its way through. And as you all make your way through this path, you see the people of Darkmoore all looking and shouting and cajoling the party.
They got tomatoes.
They got some tomatoes. Thankfully, none of them are very good throwers. But the party sees ahead of them a raised platform. This platform has, and you can see this platform has seats itself that are raised up on it, where different 5 humanoids sit. And this platform is in the northern quarter of the Clock Tower Square, and as the party walk towards it, they see in the distance on the other side, or on the western side of the Clock Tower Square. So the jail cell is on the east, the trial platform is on the north, and on the western side, they see another raised platform. This one, however, has a hangman's noose set up, and you see 2 figures in black setting up 4 nooses.
Is this the one that has like the platform and you pull the lever and the floor just kind of like opens beneath you kind of thing?
From the distance the LR, you can't exactly see.
Oh no, I'm asking from like a non-game point of view, like medieval, or is this like the one with like a step-up kind of thing?
For now, I'm gonna opt out on answering that. So
Dang.
You'll have to find out if it gets that far.
I mean, they're both cool, but I just wanted to know.
Don't worry, that flavor may or may not come later. That information may or may not come later.
No, it'll come later, don't worry.
Roll for perception. No, I'm kidding.
Roll for death.
Roll for
There
death.
you go.
There you go.
I got net 20.
1d4, 1 through 3 equal death, 4 equals life.
Oh no.
So, as the party, you approach the judge platform, You see the crowd has been made to keep a respectable distance away, and you see a number of royal guards all keeping watch over other figures in chains. And there, you see on the right of this platform is the other members of the NSG, the Thieves Guild. All 10 of them are there awaiting their own sentencing, being guarded over by the Royal Knights. On the left, however, you see in total 49 of the tribe's members. The one missing is the village elder.
Oh no.
And so, as you all see this, there is a series of wooden steps to lead up to the platform, and the party is led up that way. And now you are now the trial will commence. So as y'all have now been brought forward, let's see. You can see clearly that there are 4 different individuals sitting in the chairs, with Executor Tyrus standing in front of these chairs, looking directly at you all.
It's Snoop Boop.
It's Snoop. One of the judges' chairs, however, appears to be vacant. So, wait. It's like, hey Snoop Boop, how's it going?
How was breakfast?
Oh, yeah. Snoop Boop nods and says, "Thanks for showing up. I know it's rather early in the morning."
Yeah, I had a long night last night. Really weird. Anyway.
Understandable. I hope the housekeeping kept you all nice and happy.
They did. It was really great. Hey, by the way, could we just get this on the road, please? Also, do you have my stuff?
As you say this, Tyrus gestures to the guard right next to you, and the guard kind of knocks you in the head. And Almonar takes 2 damage.
Damn it.
Tyrus smiles and says, "Patience, please. You'll get what's coming to you."
I hope so. I hope so.
And so, to go a little more into flavor, each of these chairs that the 4 judges are sitting in, each have a symbol above them to represent the province. And so, the 4 chairs that are occupied are the 4, y'all would know, and I haven't come up with names, so that's why I'm not saying them exactly. But y'all would know that these 4 different symbols are of the other provinces of the Stormlands. The 5th and empty seat has the symbol of Darkmoore, of the province of Darkmoore. And so it appears that the Duke in charge of the province of Darkmoore is not present. And so, just a little bit of flavor for y'all to kind of keep in mind. Oh, and y'all would know that Lord Filion, he's just the Lord of Darkmoore Harbor, not the province itself. But anyway, so as the party is led up, Tyrus announces, and now we begin the trial of the terroristic organization Snake Eater. And you can just hear the venom in his voice drip as he says that, clearly despising anything your party may or may not have represented, or at least what he believes it is to be. These 4 individuals have... Sorry to cut you off there. Tyrus goes on to say, these 4 individuals have committed crimes against Darkmoore Harbor, its lord, and by proxy, the great king and queen of our empire. And as such, they are brought before the judges and the public today to sentence them. And so before he does that, he's going to pause, and now I'm going to list out Tyrus is going to list out the charges and the crimes that are put against the party. Before we do that, or are y'all set for me to do that, or is there anything y'all would like to say or do before that?
Do I notice any of these dudes? Oh, the people who are up there at all?
Notice some. They're standing right in front of you. You mean do you know any?
Do I know any of them?
You would recognize the one on the far left. That would be, at least you recognize them by face, though you've never met them personally or talked with them. That is the Duchess of the Dog de Plains, where your family's village resides.
You're not going to put the Duchess. I'm going to fuck the Duchess.
My family, as in
No fucking Duchesses, please.
It's a joke.
my family, as in my family, or my family, as in the tribe.
No, the tribe is part of Darkmoore Harbor Province.
Okay, so my actual family.
Yeah, as in the village of the Moon Elves. That village is in a place, or in the province of the Dagda Plains.
Oh no.
So.
They don't like me there.
Actually, if y'all look at, I think I've sent, I'll just put it in the group chat of the work in progress map I've gone together of the Stormlands and its 5 districts or provinces. I keep saying district for some reason. Let's see. Just pulling it up at the moment. There we go. And so if you look at it, there are 5 provinces in the Stormlands, and these provinces are as listed. The Dagda Plains, which are the westernmost, and then east of that is the southeastern is the Star Hills, the eastern is Darkmoore, the one above it is the Forest of Felivir, and then last but not least, the northernmost one is simply called the Watershed. So I'm just keeping that in mind. And so pretty much every noble who controls these provinces is here to act as judges today. So keep that in mind.
Connor, something just occurred to me. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, and I hope it's not true. Since Iris's dad was a huge merchant in their town, would he have known the Duke or whoever it is that's in charge of the northern province?
There are multiple northern provinces, actually.
Well, like, because he was the big one for that city, you know, you would probably have a council of merchants or something. I just didn't know if it was a possibility.
Well, I'll look into that later, and I'll see what we can do regarding that.
I don't want to mess up. I don't want this to bite me in the ass.
True.
Now you care if something affects you. Okay.
Hey, no need.
I hate you.
But we'll look into that in the future. But that's neither here nor there. As if y'all have nothing else y'all would like to look around for, or try to spy out or anything like that,
I just look over at the rest of the base guild and be like, "Don't worry, guys, it's going to be fine." I look back at Almnar. Yeah, they're dead.
I look back at Iris. I say, "Don't say things like that."
Hey, I'm very touchy about that.
The Thieves Guild is all just kind of glaring at Iris. So, there you go.
Fight. Yeah.
I mean, you're cuffed and your feet are cuffed, so I'm pretty sure they could just kick the shit out of you.
The Thieves Guild also has their feet and hands cuffed. So.
Wait, are my people cuffed too? This is bullshit.
Oh yeah, they are in chains.
Someone's dead now.
All 49 of them, minus the Elder, which you can't see. They're all in chains. Remember how I mentioned, or kind of briefly talked about medieval justice, how people associated with would also be seen as guilty?
But
That's what I meant.
We just blame Brady for the
What?
Joking, I joke, I kid.
Anyway, in that case, Brady, there is anything that Eli would like to attempt at the moment, or?
So, now, all I know is that
1 second, I was asking Brady something real quick.
No. Like good. He's good.
Okay, what's that, Ryan?
well, I was just going to let the rest of the party know that right now, as of what I know, we gotta keep Alomar in check.
I instantaneously have a much larger lust for blood.
Oh boy.
Being good right now. We need to keep Ollie in check.
Yeah, I don't want, well, you know, it'd be a shame for, Almanar and Lai to kind of just go berserk, but I mean...
It'd be a shame for Tyrius to lose his head.
Like, hey, thank you for there. You think that you're the last of the kind.
Yeah. Alright, go.
In the meantime, Tyrus just kind of smiles and says, "And now for the crimes accused of all four of you. First, there is breaking the king and queen's peace by causing chaos within the city and by extension the empire. Next is resisting arrest and then there is assault, assaulting a guard, assaulting a royal knight.
I regret nothing.
The next well, hey, good for you, right? The next charge is battery, breaking and entering, theft, conspiracy to murder, plot to assassination, murder of nobility, plot to overthrow the government, general buggery, and last but not least, littering."
What the hell, litter? Freaking Iris, what did you do?
Why do you immediately gotta assume me?
You're so hostile.
Fair state, but still.
Well, y'all will have your chance to, y'all can pretty much like, as a party and as individuals can like debate or like challenge different of these crimes that are charged. And so to make it easy, I'm going to copy and paste the list and put it into the Skype chat. So.
See, I didn't know if you were gonna go based off of, like, who did what, or you were gonna actually, like, just say it in a general sense.
Yeah, this is all the charges here are brought against everybody. So.
I admit that everything but the littering, he votes for these. Environment.
So then, as Kara continues to die slowly, Tyrus, after listing these charges, says to the party, "What do you say to these charges brought against you, Snake Eater?"
I take a step forward. I say, "I'd
As
like
you take
to
a step
challenge
forward,
some of you."
as you take a step forward, a guard kind of like moves up with you to watch what you do. But as you're saying,
I kind of look over my shoulder and say, "Relax. I can't even use my hands. What are you worried about?" Anyway, first thing, I have a request for you to go get some evidence that I had on my person.
Tyrus blinks and says, "What sort of evidence are you talking about?"
That the man who, I'm not going to deny, we did kill him. Or at least I did. I killed him super dead. It was in self-defense.
You killed him in self-defense.
Yeah. Or
You murdered
retribution.
the lord of our city.
Yeah.
Okay. And what sort of evidence do you have in regards that you were simply defending yourself against his attack?
A note that has his signature on it, that was on my person, that said, if I'm remembering this correctly, Connor, correct me if I'm not.
Yeah, out of character You talking about the letter?
That, yeah, that he sent it to get the job done, or did he send it saying the job was done?
The letter, and you should have totally written this down or asked me about it beforehand.
Yeah, my bad.
The letter detailed about how Lord Fillion has taken over the village of the squatter village of New Borgin, and it also has wiped out the miscreant settlements building up outside the city. And the letter also said that, or Fillion had written on the letter, I know you disagree with my methods, but I believe this is in the best interest of Darkmoore Harbor and Darkmoore.
Fair enough.
And so, okay, so you, I guess how much would Almanar relay that information? How would Almanar relay that information to?
I would relay basically saying he had sent this letter to someone. Don't know who, because the lettering was smudged. Probably with his blood. I'm not sure.
Maybe with the blood of the one we murdered, but you know.
I'm not sorry about it. Fuck that dude. He was a dick. He basically said that he had taken over my village, which was just kind of outside of the outskirts. We were just living by ourselves, not bothering anyone.
Your village wasn't the one that was taken over. Your village was pretty much destroyed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
New Borgin was the one that was taken over.
Okay, yeah. He had first taken over a village off in New Borgin. Secondarily, he razed my village, burned it, and killed a bunch of my people.
The Tyrius smiles, and that he reaches into his coat and pulls out the exact letter you're speaking of. Ah, yes. You mean this letter?
Yes,
which
sir.
you stole from Lord Fillion's office, which proves that you were in his office at his murder.
I never said I wasn't.
We kept this, and you admit to killing him.
Yeah.
All right.
Burned a village in the forest to the ground and killed a bunch of people.
Tyrus turns to the judges, and he holds out the letter for them, and says, as you have heard from Almanar, the leader of this tribe of miscreants, he admits to murdering the Lord, stealing his property, and when all the Lord was doing, and the reason he did this was because the Lord decided to remove an uncharted settlement of the city's unwanted from its border.
Suck my ass. It's not like there's any other people.
And this letter also describes how that Lord Phelan was unjustly murdered for simply carrying out his duties as Lord of Darkmoore Harbor.
If he didn't want us there, he didn't have to raise a village. He could have just asked us to leave.
Alright, and Tyr shrugs and says, that is very true. I do not personally agree with his methods, though now that I've met the sort of person you are, I can understand his decision. Regardless, though, Lord Filian simply removed an unchartered and an unallowed settlement of society's rejects away from his city. These sort of individuals are dangerous to society. Tyr says to the judges. So that is one.
Cats. What the fuck is dangerous about that?
Anyway, Tyr kind of shoos you back as the girl kind of shoves you back to the rest of them, and Tyr turns to the others and says, "And what do the rest of you say regarding the other charges brought against you?"
I lean up so high. Hey, buddy. Do you still have that letter? The original Thieves Guild leader saying that he was doing illegal shit for Lord Billion in the first place?
Me?
Yeah.
The letter of Grimble the Goblin?
I believe so. I don't... Hold on, let me check the old inventory. Let me see.
Yeah, the info is in your inventory. Because if it is, then the Knights would have gotten a hold of it, and Tyrus as well.
This big bad spins everything in a good light. I hate him so much.
I do have it.
I want him to die.
I do have it.
Alright. And so, I guess, would y'all like to bring it? Oh, you alright there?
Well, I don't know what happened. There was a lot of blood, but I'm all getting it. So it's okay. I laid down and I choked, and it was just that I got water, so we're good now.
Alright.
Sure.
Ouch.
You had
Alright,
surgery
in
on-
that case, what you missed essentially, Almanar tried to. Yeah, Almanar used the letter that he took from Lord Fillion's office as proof, or pretty much to show his motive of being there, but also admitted to murdering, or breaking and entering into the Culture Manor, and also murdering.
Yeah.
Hey dude, bring this dude. Fuck that dude.
And so now Almanar wants. If you want to bring up the letter itself, you can also, or the other letter, you can say it as well. So since Lai did keep a hold of it, then yeah, if Almanar or another party member wants to mention that letter to Tyrus and the judges, feel free.
Do you want me to just speak to these guys, or do you guys want to talk to them?
No, you can speak. I mean, you can speak for Lai. He's just kind of chilling.
Okay. Alright, I say secondarily, just so you guys know, the former guild's, or the Thieves Guild leader, was also a crony of your dearly departed lord, and was running basically illegal weapons for Lord Fillion.
The judges kind of, they listen to that and they kind of look back and forth at each other, kind of talking. They seem intrigued by that. Tyrus, he blinks and says, "And who is this former guild leader? As I'm aware that you all are the current leaders of the Thieves Guild here in of the criminal organization here in Darkmoore Harbor."
Grimble the Goblin. Dude was an asshole.
I was in.
Oh, so you also admit to the murder of Grimble in that case?
No. Never said I did I?
Oh,
Are you putting words in my mouth?
Well, it doesn't matter if you admit to it or not, as there were witnesses to Grimble being shot by those, or by your party. So, see if we just get some verbal confirmation and work back and forth here. But that's fine.
No, we do not.
But anyway, Tyrus turns to the judges and says, "This Almanar, the leader of a tribe of squatters outside our walls, is lying to you, as no such letter was found. And you can ask any member of those watching. Grimble was a well-respected and loved businessman.
You're a
Yeah.
piece, and I hate you.
Tyrus just kind of shrugs at you, kind of smirks, as the judges kind of look, or when the judges aren't looking. So,
Really want to shoot this dude so bad.
in the meantime, Tyrus calls up witnesses on his behalf, and hey Brady, what was the name of the half-orc bartender that, or the usual one?
The one for the Unlucky Mare?
Yeah, the Unlucky Mare. Not the one that was there the previous session, but
Gotad.
Gotad. Well,
He's the homie.
The homie Gotad, yeah.
yeah, so
Probably.
he might have been the homie, or he was the homie, because
Did he rat me out?
Tyrus gestures to the guards below the platform, and they bring up Gotad. They bring Gotad himself in chains up the steps. And Tyr says, "This individual here is the bartender of the tavern with which the Snake Eater was running the foul criminal business out of." And so as Goathead is brought up, he kind of looks at Lai and he whispers, "Sorry, boss. I gotta protect my family."
Oh no!
I look back at him and I say, "It's okay, Goathead. You do what you have to."
He nods sorrowfully, and Goathead speaks out. "Yes, in fact, they were using my tavern in order to run the New Stilt Gang, the new Thieves Guild of Darkmoore Arbor." So, with that, the guards take Goathead back down the steps to join the rest of the Thieves Guild. And so after that, the Tyr brings forth a number of different individuals. The first being Fred the guard, who points at Iris and says, "This is the one that pointed his sword at me and threatened to kill me."
Oh my gosh.
So Tyrus looks at Iris and says, "Is this true, young lady?"
We're already here, might as well.
I admit
Might as well
I didn't
go with
do
it.
anything but the littering.
You. Oh my gosh.
Tyrus kind of like looks back and like, "Oh, well, sure thing. We'll scratch off littering if you admit to the rest of them."
Yeah, I'd vote for cleaner cities. I mean, come on.
Leonard.
You voted for clean. Well, while most of these are like they did occur in the process of finding these charges, they might have tacked a few on. Some of those being general buggery and littering.
So we didn't litter, unless you mean leaving a dead body on the ground littering.
I mean,
Then sure, yeah, we littered the earth with a body.
Hey, so I do have a question outside the game.
yes.
What is general buggery?
You hurt people. You were
Being
annoying.
Yes, is exactly what Iris is.
It's a ye old term, and essentially just it combines breaking the king and queen's peace with just kind of like public indecency, like brawling in the streets
So
and
wet.
like terrorizing people in public. So
Oh, I'm completely guilty of that. Yeah,
Okay.
there's no-
Okay, so that's Iris. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
that's ours.
Not all of these
But-
apply to all of us.
But by association, the rest of y'all as well. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, individually, some of these are for others. Some are for everybody. Some are more for individuals. But hey, life's short, right? Very short. Soon to be. I mean, what?
Oh, what?
That's cool.
I mean, what? I mean, what?
I mean, as
Definitely.
I knew it.
as long as Goathead can support his family, man, I'm okay.
Is that what we're going with now? We're gonna try and save his family.
Yep.
So then the next witness brought up is the short thug. This one is also, he's just wearing manacles. He has no chains on his legs. But Tyrus explains this individual can admit to this individual. He and his good friend were assaulted by Iris, the ex-mercenary. And so we can attest to that, first of all, by his account, and secondly, as Tyrus gestures for a guard, and the guard holds up the severed leg of the other half-orc thug. And this evidence. So, as the severed leg is held up, the crowd surrounding the platform kind of just erupts in, like, clamors. They're like, "Oh my god!" You can just hear people chattering. It's all very indistinct. But,
It's overlap. It's like
nice.
They had to grab that disgusting thing at some point in their life.
Nice. Next, after that, the short thug is sent away, and the severed leg goes off somewhere. You don't really see it anymore. Sorry, bud, you don't get to keep your severed leg. Then they also bring up other proofs, such as the receipts from the various shops, or they bring out the proof of the purchases of tapestries, and the tapestry shop owner admits to seeing Lai come forward and buy tapestries from her shop. And so Tyrus turns to Lai and says, "And so we must ask the Dragonborn from Clan Hildress, what was the intent of these tapestries?"
Well, sir, you've already got me here. I'm not gonna lie to you. That dragon that you see on that tapestry, that is the insignia of the new Stilts gang.
And Tyrus continues, "And you are the leader of this gang?"
Damn straight.
Whoa.
Mhm.
Language.
Spunky little thing. Die young, right?
Iris holds
Yeah.
it for
Years.
Oh,
And so he turns to the judges and says, "Proof enough. I need not say more." And then, aside from that, they pull up the noble in purple, and he's wearing a new purple outfit, but it's still very much ostentatious and just showy. And this noble was able to escape the fire that destroyed not only Cold Shore Manor, which was set by these individuals here, but also he can admit to seeing them at the manor before the fire began. So the purple noble points to Almanar, Sakala, and Iris as evidence, to which Tyrus says, "And so, do you admit to being in the garden and at Cold Shore Manor before it was set ablaze?"
is that the only guy you have?
Unfortunately, most of the other guests died, and so the families are currently busy grieving.
Oh.
Kind of just looks at you. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he did hire us.
The noble purples retorts by saying, "They tricked me! I just wanted some entertainers."
And we did entertain.
There you go, folks. They definitely entertained people, that's for sure. Kept them nice and warm and toasty.
See? Yeah, we provided them warmth.
God.
I put my hand in the air. I'm like, to be fair, we're right alongside water. What kind of lord would not have a decent, like, fire system in place?
Hey, Connor. Not to insult your lovely list of charges, but you forgot one.
Gosh dang it, Brady. The whole point is to make it shorter, not longer. You
Yeah.
add stuff to it.
It's like, I'm looking at your list and it isn't complete. Let me help you. It just
Look.
stabs.
Add like 5 different things.
Well, I mean, there's not arson on there.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't
Oh,
put arson.
I completely forgot. I thought I did put that on there.
Nope,
There's
there's.
Well-
bigotry on it.
I'm gonna add it. I'm adding it.
That was my original list. I made
Wow.
a typo.
Well, I'm
But
adding it because I burnt the house down. So
so yeah,
I
arson is
want
also one.
I want credit. I want credit for it.
Gosh dang.
You want extra credit.
Wow. If you get the credit, we all get the credit. That's how this works.
Look, I want to find out what kind of hangsman noose it is. Okay.
Oh, awesome.
Hey.
Alright, let's go hang ourselves.
I see.
The noise being really loud.
Wait, my noises?
It's somewhat
Yeah.
like background noise.
With fan.
There we go.
Oh, I bet it's my fan. I didn't realize I turned it on. Hold on, let me turn it off real quick.
What was that?
Not all of us want to sit here and be okay?
Fair.
We all don't have backup wizard characters, okay?
Is that better?
I don't have character.
That's a lot better.
I have
Okay. I forgot I turned it on when I took it off
Yeah,
earlier.
Mel, what's up?
So,
Mel, what's up, buddy?
Warlock. I say, also, quick question.
Tyrus or me?
Just to, like, the people around, I'm saying, what kind of lord who cares about his people and really, really, really should already have this thanks to the fact that we're right on the water? How the hell did a fire expand this quickly? It should be easy enough to put water from the lake or coastline or whatever here without, 90% of a major part of town, burning to ashes.
You hear a voice shout out from the crowd. You try put out a fire that set ablaze a few century-old wooden buildings. Give it a shot.
Good.
What if they're so wealthy? Why are they made out of wood?
Simply.
That's
Exactly.
actually something Lai says, by the way.
It's a simple fix. You get irrigation ditches, dig them through the city, and that's perfectly fine. Then you have water immediately ready.
Like,
Anyone with half a brain could figure this out.
like who the hell builds a manor out of wood? At least invest in stone.
Also, secondarily,
I mean, the manor itself wasn't entirely stone, and most of the buildings weren't, but they were a mix of building materials. And so
Well, they're
the
dumb.
fire is what burned, and so,
They're dumb.
I mean, y'all also decided to set a building on fire, but
Yeah,
you
I'll admit to that. I'll admit to that.
I did.
Tyrus kind of, he nods and says, certainly there was some error on the Lord's part, but at the end of the day, you are the ones who started the fire.
Sorry.
Sounds like you all should have been architects and city planners instead of criminals. Well,
Yeah,
too late
but
for that.
Are
I
you
suppose.
hiring?
built the village by myself.
I think they are in the afterlife. He smiles.
Okay, cool.
I'm telling you, like, we obviously know we're in the wrong. We're obviously the bad people in this situation. At this
What
point,
the
we're just
bad
trying to, like,
people?
lighten the blow, because we all know what we did, okay? We all know that we did, like, half the stuff on this list. Alright, we're just
At
trying to
least.
make this, like, a little bit better, but we're still gonna get punished. So, like, why even try to sit there and justify what we did? Like, we still
Because
did it,
it's-
though.
Kara is raising a good point. His
Yeah.
motive doesn't put you all on the right.
I mean, just because we have a good reason for killing him does not defect the fact that we killed him. Or
Well, I
we
mean,
had a good reason for
Thank
burning
you.
down the city, but we still burned down the city.
This is also true.
okay. So we
Alright,
didn't. I didn't mean to burn down the city, but
Well,
I'll admit I burnt down the city. I'll even tell Tyrius that it was me that set the fire. If you know.
Totally.
I'm just
By the
saying,
way,
like,
I
trying
actually
to
said that. I actually
waste
told him
time
like, "Hey, I
trying
set
to
the fire."
justify what we did when we still did it. I mean, it's not gonna make it feel like we didn't do it.
Cool.
Why not?
Yeah, Kara raises a good point. It's that, yeah, I'm speaking as a DM, not as as Tears.
Yeah.
Y'all as a party, yeah, y'all totally had justification to kill this definitely bad dude. It's that he was clearly trying to kill y'all, or the people y'all cared about, and other stuff like that. Thing is, though, it's a matter of social order and justice. You killed him, but you made it a very, very showy thing by, first of all, putting the name of your group, of your party, pretty much on the cloth that his corpse was wrapped in. And then you put his corpse in the
Straight.
street, essentially. And then you burn down his house, and regardless of how the city handled the fire, it still spread.
This is true.
And I even rolled dice to see how far it would spread, and
Oh, really? Okay.
yes.
Never mind then.
And if I rolled really bad, it would have gotten most of the city.
Okay. Fair enough.
So Lai's just gonna tell Tyrius, like, I submit myself to your judgment.
All right.
He goes. He basically he knows that he fucked up. So
Cool. All right, but I'm gonna for that. I'm gonna continue.
Yeah.
If y'all had possibly been a bit quieter about, where you just killed him in his office, maybe not like killed the guards who saw you or knocked them out or anything like that, and didn't do anything else, just left after that, it would have been easier for those in power to kind of shuffle away and sweep under the rug. It's because those in power want to maintain power and order. But when an unknown group comes in, kills the noble of the city, and then burns part of it down, and then like pretty much like shows their name for doing this, it's like then higher powers had to step in. And so pretty much if y'all have been more subtle about it, things could have gone differently. But it happens. We're all still very new to this, and so y'all are kind of still figuring stuff out. But I just want to keep y'all in mind that y'all's actions in the world will influence the world and what will happen in the story. So,
Unfortunate.
That means
Okay.
Brady is no longer allowed to carry anything flammable.
I guess he's no longer to open his mouth either.
Exactly. We'll sew it shut if we have to.
Yikes. Alright, and that's that much. But anyway,
I just
so
wanted to make that point. I was not trying to be rude, but I just wanted to put that out there.
no, and I appreciate that. That's something that everybody need to kind of be aware is that motive doesn't make
Right.
a crime not a crime. Motive might make right, but it doesn't. If the law itself, let's say if let's say Iris finally drank way too much, and so she needed to vomit in order to purge her stomach. Gross example, but I'm using it. If she vomited in the streets, she was doing right by pretty much saving herself from getting poisoned. But at the same time, she vomited in the streets. Sorry to use Iris as an example, but I thought she'd be the most
Oh, no, by all means.
applicable. So, I just want to express that if you want to play more of a criminal kind of party, good or bad, it's that you can't, if you're gonna play criminals, you can't just kind of like openly like try to de-estat or pretty much topple the system like that. It's more subtle.
It wasn't an attempt to topple the system. It's an attempt to topple that asshole.
Sure, but
we did topple the system.
And that's how y'all are trying to show it to how it's true. But for individuals who are investigating it, and for Tyrus, who's sent by the king and queen, this whole matter was a very political thing.
Fair
That's
enough.
how you'll see it. And so that's why it's being brought before y'all like that.
Okay.
So anyway, I'm DM talk over, if that works for everybody. And now Tyrus is going to say, now that the Dragonbone has admitted his crimes, will any of you, what say the rest of you towards the accusations brought before you? Do you object to any others, or do you admit to full responsibility?
I did most of these things, but not all of them.
Alright, we'll scratch off littering and general buggery from your list.
No. I did not kill him. Okay, I wanted to, but I did not kill him.
So you
I
still
watched.
on there though.
Assisted in murder equals murder, unfortunately.
No. We're talking about the ones that I didn't do.
Good.
I assisted, but I did not murder.
Guilty by
Yeah,
association.
but same difference.
Guilty by association, unfortunately. Yep.
That's why I said I did most of these things,
Okay, there you go. And
but
then,
not all of them.
Iris, do you have anything to say?
I didn't litter. I mean,
I didn't litter.
An admirable individual, we shall scratch littering from their immaculate record, I assume.
oh, it's spotless, honey.
Oh, I believe it, sweetie.
Oh yeah.
Tears says. And with that, Tears turns to the judges, and then he says, "So, what do you say? They all have admitted their guilt, and what shall be their sentence?" So the judges kind of turn to each other and talk amongst, and then at last the Duchess of the Dog the Plains says, "I will speak for all of us." And the Duchess, she is a high elf woman, or she's a high elf, so just keep that in mind. The Duchess says that these individuals are truly dangerous to society, and as such, deserve the highest punishment,
Oh no.
that of death.
Oh yay, fun stuff.
Oh, geez, listening to you, I thought was the highest punishment.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, the guard just smacks Iris on the back of the head.
I couldn't help it. I couldn't
Plus
help
2 damage.
Nice. Bravo, nice line there. And so...
Sick burn.
Sick burn indeed.
You didn't think about that.
Tears gestures to the guards, and as he says, "The fate is sealed. Take them to the hangmans and hangwomans." He says as he succumbs.
I put my hands up real quick. I say, hold on.
What is it? Tears asks.
Let's see.
I have a last request. 2, actually.
Mm-hmm.
1, let the women and children of my tribe go. They had all scattered before this happened.
I assure you that those of your tribe and the members of the Thieves Guild will not be put to death, but rather they'll be sold off into slavery and taken to different corners of the empire to serve their sentencing. Don't
Okay.
worry, they'll be just fine.
Yeah. Second request. You see, I don't really like the idea of hanging. How about this? I'll take 3 of you right now.
What, in a fight?
Actually, Iris likes that idea too. If I'm going down, I want to go down swinging.
Okay.
Ooh, wait. Can we try to bid and see if we can fight for our right to live? Like in a arena or something.
Let's see. Tears kind of seems to nod at the idea. Well, there is the gladiator. There's the gladiator pit, but that is in the Great Western Desert. We could send you there, and you could serve there, pretty much fighting for your life, or, well, we'll figure out the semantics of it. But that can be arranged. But, he seems to think to himself, that'll be too good for the likes of you. Sorry, but no. So, with that, the party, you will begin to be led down the stairs. And the crowd opens up, forming a clear path for you as the guards begin to walk you all to the hangman's platform.
Come on, Art. Yeah.
Best idea. Hey, Sakala, remember that thing you did earlier?
That would be.
Yeah. No, I remember that thing I did earlier. Quick question, Connor. Where's our stuff?
You have no idea.
It's not anywhere near us, right? Well, because I mean, they were pulling out evidence stuff from their stuff. Does that mean that our stuff is in this proximity area, or is it just those certain things?
Pretty much, they're just pulling this evidence from a table, and you didn't see any of your other equipment, weapons, armor, or otherwise, by this table. only the leg, the letters, and that was it. So your equipment is nowhere to be found.
Okay, so I take dragon, you take girl, or I take girl, you take dragon?
I was just going to cause a distraction to see if whoever wants to take off can take off.
Well, I know, but we're the only two people that can run.
Yeah, no, I can hold him up for a bit.
Alright, so
Okay,
which
so
one am I
keep in
just
mind-
gonna, like, grab?
That you all are currently being 2 guards to each individual. You are currently being led through the crowd to the hangman's platform. If you want to do something, describe it, and then we'll see if we can make it happen, or if it's feasible. And then we can decide what rules are to be made.
Guards like money.
But we have no money.
I know, but
They
it's,
took our stuff.
you could appeal to the idea is like, hey, you only make so much here. You help us, you can make like twice as much here.
I'm pretty sure they're not gonna go for that.
You gotta think, these are also royal guards.
So it was an idea. Don't hate
I mean, if Iris wants to try to say that to her guard, feel free.
Yeah.
But because I mean, it's your idea, and it's your character to do what you want, you know. So. But okay, so what will the individually? I'm gonna just kind of run down the list of the party and see what each person wants to try to do. And so, starting off, Almanar and Sakala. Is there anything you all would like to try?
I'm debating who I need to pick up and run with. Okay, so I need to know, am I gonna take the midget or am I gonna take the dragon? And the midget wants to sit there and get herself killed. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna take the dragon and run. You're the one
This
who's
sounds like Iris
no.
is trying to get
Let me
this.
let me just offer these people a job.
Hey, don't.
When
He's,
people are about to
he's,
die.
hey, Karen. He's just suggesting an approach. All right, nothing wrong with that.
We're gonna die.
But here, I want to give y'all a mental image that I just got. So I got this mental image of this like dragon or of this
Like tiny little elf carrying like a
like dark elf, just picking up this like 6-foot like
150-pound dragon and trying to carry it off.
just like lifting him over her shoulders and like running away. That was a beautiful mental image, I must say.
Yeah, that's what I just had to. So.
That's the image I've got in my head right now, okay? I'm willing to pick up this 150-pound dragon and just run.
Until he breath weapons
Mind
him.
that
He's only being picked up.
Your lion does still have his breath weapon, so. But
Yeah,
keep in
I
mind
mean,
that
like a human torch. And just
in order
pull-
to do this for your rolls, and if I pull up my little sheet of skills, it's not rip. So since you are manacled, your hands are manacled, you will be taking disadvantage with all athletics, acrobatics, and like medicine and intimidation rolls. So,
I just
so,
realized.
so unfortunately, like you will take since you're still manacled, you will take disadvantage, but it's still feasible if you want to try anything. So, I guess what would you like to do, Sakala? You want to like grab someone and go crazy, or
I'm gonna basically grab this dragon, use him as like a human torch, and part my way like Moses, okay?
The dragon refuses.
dragon like lively like flame on.
By the way, that takes you persuading me, and the dragon doesn't want to do it.
You want to die?
If it
And
means
become a
if it means that everyone else survives, yes.
Yeah, Mel's gonna be holding off the guards. We make the getaway. We unlock the chain.
You're not understanding what I am saying.
No, I think you're misunderstanding as well, Brady. It's only the party, y'all four, are the ones being sent to death. Whereas the Thieves Guild and
Oh, I thought. Okay, so I.
no, they're there to serve their own sentencing.
Well,
for being associated, but they're not going to be killed. They're being sent off to be slaves.
okay, so the way I took what you said is that because we're getting sentenced, they're not going to get sentenced. That's what I took it as.
Oh, okay. I
So-
can see how you. No, they're still going to be sent off as slaves,
Regardless.
but they're not being sent to death, as they're pretty much a valuable, like,
Okay.
piece of
Okay.
work. So if you want to try to break free, you don't have to worry about them being killed, but
In the kitchen.
keep in mind, this is where the party is. You're currently about 30 feet off from the platform, or the hangman's platform, and the crowd is surrounding y'all, but there is a straight path between the hangman's platform and the judge platform. And the judge platform is now about 50 feet, or it's basically another, 30 feet behind y'all. And so you're halfway. You all are surrounded by 8 royal guards, but there are other royal guards interspersed in the crowd, but for the most part, they're just a crowd of Darkmoore's commoners, just kind of surrounding. So.
Well, Lye's still not going to do anything.
Well, just
The commoners keep back by at least 15 feet.
Say,
from
15 or 50.
15. But that leaves a total of clear space from one crowd to the other. Can someone use their phone or something like that? That leaves a space. Pretty much this clear space is a 40-foot gap in snow. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
go off topic.
You want to try your breath weapon? Yeah, you're pretty much safe from hitting the crack.
Which one?
I just realized what Irish should have yelled out.
Oh, okay.
What was that?
Have you ever seen Boondock Saints?
I have not, unfortunately.
There's the very ending where he goes, "You have chosen to reveal our existence to the world, and you will tell with it, except you won't, because I'll kill you." That's something. But
Okay.
essentially the same thing.
I mean, your quip against the judge was pretty funny too, so hey.
I'm actually being completely honest. That I just said that was funny.
He was looking for pliers earlier, but I don't know where they are.
Sarah, mute yourself. The guards are not holding us.
Let's see. I'm gonna mute myself real quick. Y'all can figure out what y'all want to do if you want to resist, and then talk amongst yourselves how you're gonna do it. I'll be right back.
Saying if the guards aren't holding on to their trains, everybody dips and ducks. Dodgeball it. Jump, run into the crowd, and then use the crowd as cover and make a getaway, and we all meet up later.
But see, only two of us can run though.
I don't think that's gonna work out. Pretty sure this is a PPK situation.
Hmm?
We're all dead. We'll just be delaying the inevitable.
John.
Hmm.
Hey, are you off today? Are you off today? No.
But if we get out, we'll be the scariest men, we'll be the scariest people known to the world. So you want it then? Like a gummy, candy, chocolate covered gummy bears from La King's Confectionery in Galveston.
What the hell?
What?
So, what do we want to do, guys? We don't have much time.
No?
I think I think the only one who can really get out would be Kara. Otherwise, I mean, it's pretty much everyone dead at that
Actually,
point.
you know what? If one of
Howdy. So, everybody.
they divert their attention to them, and the rest of us can slip into the crowd.
Sorry, what was that again, Ron?
I'm thinking if Kara has her shackles on now, correct?
I have my feet undone.
Yeah, her leg shot.
Takes off running. That will be enough of a distraction for the guards, for the rest of us to duck and run into the crowd and get lost in the crowd.
Yeah, but you guys can't run though. The only person that can run besides me is Almanar.
No.
You and Brady can't run.
Well, Brady wants to die, so Almanar will just carry him.
Well, I know Brady wants to die because I wanted to pick him up and take him with me as a flaming torch, but he didn't want to do that. And so
Well, now that Brady has been more informed about, his character's only thinking about the survival of the other people, but now, I don't know, what is Lai still thinking? Because I can't speak for him.
Well, even if I use my breath weapon, it's not going to last that long. So, flaming torch.
You don't need it to last long.
No, you're saying,
just need
you're saying flaming torch. It'd be more like flaming spark in the pond.
I mean,
Brady, I'm saying, if you and Kara do that, it creates enough of a distraction for Almanar to grab me, and we can both split into the crowd.
that is a possibility. I mean, unless the other of y'all have an alternative plan y'all would like to attempt.
Oh, I was
I
asking.
mean,
This fucking
Here, we'll talk one at a time. So who else was saying something? Was that email or?
It was me.
Okay.
Do the guards have a hold on our chains, or are they just...
They're maintaining a close. They're very shoulder to shoulder with y'all, but they don't have like chains attached to y'all. But each guard is like they're keeping a tight hold on their weapons and whatnot. So.
Okay, so that means if something distracts them, and we can get away from them, they don't have something to just grab onto.
Fair.
Split
did
up.
you say that our chains were in front of us or behind us?
Y'all don't have. Oh, for your manacles? Yeah,
Yeah.
your manacles are held in front of you. So, yeah, your hands are
well,
manacled.
I mean, I can create a flame. Screw that. I don't need Brady's flame. I can make my own flame.
Wow, you've been outsourced, my dude.
That's fine.
Well, see, Brady's is just kind of like a one-shot kind of thing. I can produce my own flame for as much as I want.
True.
So, I'm gonna do my own
you,
thing.
you can do it twice per day, can't you? Or twice for a long rest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, you can definitely produce your own flame.
Well, I mean, I could do that, but
Okay. So
if
y'all
we're
wanna...
talking about distraction-wise, I mean, because if you want me to run, that means I can't use my stealth, and my stealth is pretty high. So if we're using it as in sneaking away, I can do that. But
I
if
can-
you just want me to run, that's different.
I'll probably die, but I can make a decent distraction.
Alright, so it sounds like y'all want to go with Ryan's plan of making a distraction, and then the rest can try to escape.
I mean,
In that case-
where am I at in the line?
Pretty much let's see, it's 2 by 2, and so, Sakala and Lai are in the front with both of their guards alongside of them, whereas in the back is, Iris and Almanar. So,
Connor, one more question.
what's up?
The crowd on either side of us, or are they all on one side? Are
They're on
crowd-
both. The crowd is
if
pretty much
we-
you're all being led through the central part of the square. And so,
So,
Okay, so guys, if you do a distraction, you guys go right, me and Almanar will go left. We split up. That way they can't just run after one singular group.
I have one more question. Okay, so you said that me and Sakala are in the front.
Mm-hmm.
Am I in front of her, or is she in front of me?
No, we're next
Y'all
to each
are-
other.
Oh, we're next to each other.
We're side by side, yes.
and then 2 guards are on each side of y'all. So,
Is there any, like, in front or back?
actually, it is Lord Tyrus is the one leading the front.
Oh.
Or not Lord Tyrus, but yeah, Executor Tyrus.
Don't say that, because that makes me just want to wrap my chains in her throat.
Okay, so, alright,
Choke 'em,
so,
put 'em in a headlock.
What if... Okay, guys, so... What if I make the distraction and y'all try to get away? And whatever happens to me, happens to me.
You are the one who wants to die.
Well, because... I don't know.
Life's
But
feeling quite heroic at the moment, one could say.
that is up to y'all. Because if y'all can slip away, then y'all can slip away.
Yeah. And then either Sakala or Iris could help kind of... Or not, either Sakala or Almanar could help Iris slip into the crowd. Which is a possibility. Yeah. But if it works for y'all, then it sounds like Lai will be the one creating the distraction.
Because I'll add another thing to my charge.
What's that? Oh, no.
Attempt to assassinate one of the king's nobility.
No, too bad you feel something with that. Like, just start to use just quick now.
Well,
Yeah.
what do y'all want? It's up to y'all.
Hmm.
I mean,
Well, simply it's up to you how you want to.
Well, if y'all say to do it, then I'll do it.
Then it's for y'all as a party to make the decision. If sounds like Brady is all for this, if that works for y'all, then if there aren't any objections, then
Wait.
yes,
Wait. Now that we are closer to this platform, is it the kind where the floor just drops underneath? Or
it all comes back, all full
Oh,
circle.
You know, this is starting to feel more like jury duty than like.
well, I always say this because
hey Brady,
Yeah.
hear me out. Lie makes a
if
distraction.
you make the distraction,
Alnar
Chris?
takes.
Wait for Sakala to finish.
Okay,
So,
so Lie makes the distraction. Almanar takes Iris and runs, and then because I'm stealthy, if this thing is lever mechanized wise, I can totally sneak underneath this thing, hijack it, make sure the lever doesn't work so you don't get hung. And that gives us enough time to freaking free your butt, and that way we can all escape together.
Yeah, but I'm sure if I attack them like I'm planning, they're just going to execute me via the sword. What were you going to say, Mel?
well,
Yeah, you there.
no, Mel,
oh,
sorry.
I'm gonna do this. Just aim for the gallows as well. Burn it down.
Well,
Hey, y'all can see these are wooden gallows, and you don't see the trapdoor thing. Instead, the poles that hold the nooses, where the nooses are hanging, the poles extend beyond the platform. Instead, as if the nooses are tied on, and then pretty much y'all will be kicked forward and then left to kind of hang in the air. So that's how that'll happen. And so,
I'm gonna go ahead and just say I kind of would rather that Iris and Sakala are 100% sure to get out of here.
I'm the tank and he's the stealth.
Yeah.
alright, so what's the plan, y'all? Because let's get the
Yeah.
ball.
I'll just breath weapon curious and aim towards the gallows.
Okay. You are 30 feet away from the gallows.
Well,
so-
it'll reach it, so.
Alright, fair enough. Or wait, no. What's your breath weapon range?
5 by 30?
Okay.
But it doesn't
Yeah.
say if it's 30 wide or if it's 5 wide. I'm thinking it's 5 wide, 30 deep.
Yeah, that's what it is. And so, yeah, your attack would barely hit the gallows, yeah.
Alright.
Well,
Just
if
as
everything's made out of wood like everything else, it's all gonna burst up in flames. So,
Brady. Oh wait, yeah, no, you can't miss. Never mind. Yeah, let's do this. Let's go.
Alright.
am I sneaking or am I running?
First, Brady,
whichever you think would be best.
Alright, so
Well, because one means I have to roll for stealth, and the other one just means I'm running.
Then go for stealth. Cool. Alright, so Brady, if
Lockpick first.
alright, so now I roll my damage, right?
well, it's not a guaranteed hit, my dude. If
Yeah.
you're
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is, remember? Remember? We freaking messed
we
it up
talk
like
about this last
6
session?
times and I cried.
your breath weapon, you cast it, but then whatever it's hitting, including like
Whoever it is has to make a DC save.
yeah. So
At-
first, I'm going to make my DC save,
Okay.
and then if it hits, then you can roll damage.
Well, it's half damage on success. So either way it hits. It just depends on how much it does.
Okay, fair enough. And so let's see, what is
10.
It'll be 10. Okay. We'll be rolling that, and so all right. As you open your maw, and out arcs lightning, blasting Executor Tyrus in the back, full force. Roll damage, please.
Krakatoa comes out of nowhere.
Am I doing all of it or am I doing half? Did he
This
this
is total. This is whole.
so he didn't succeed?
He did not succeed.
Oh boy. 6.
Oh, snap.
You can kind of see like the back of his his uniform kind of like tear apart as he kind of takes the brunt of your hit, and he just kind of stands there before turning around and looking at you. And he says, "That was not very nice, was it?"
Oh.
And I'm just going to flip him off.
Okay.
While still Monica, I'm just going to like lift my arms up and be like, eh.
In that case, so this will all be happening at the same time. So while Brady is attacking
And flipping him off.
Tyrus and flipping, of course, what is the rest of the party doing?
You're grabbing me.
I'm taking Iris and getting the fuck out.
All right. So are you trying to like sneak away while the guards are distracted, or are you just running, bolt straight out?
Spectre.
It would be the best idea.
Yeah, me and Iris are gonna try to sneak away. If it fails, I'll just turn and fight, and Iris can take off. Or try
Okay.
to.
I'd like, let's see, Almanar and Iris roll stealth. Iris, though, will be rolling stealth with disadvantage.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, it doesn't even matter. Yeah, no. No. Definitely not. So, yeah.
What did you roll?
I rolled an 11.
I got a 4. So,
The guards surrounding y'all immediately notice y'all trying to break away, and they pretty much shove y'all back in the center, and for an added measure, they, let's see, roll to hit. Since y'all, what is Iris and Almanar's dexterity?
my dexterity is a 10.
The 0 modifier, okay? And Almanar?
0.
Getting it right now. It's 15.
Yeah.
So, plus 2.
Plus 2, okay? So both of these guards kind of strike at y'all with the flat of their blades. What the fuck? Why am I rolling 5s every time?
Oh, gosh.
Oh, it was because I was rolling my 1d6. Don't worry about that. So, the first roll against Almanar, he just kind of like, he kind of whacks you, but doesn't really do any damage. He's kind of more of a stop, don't even try it. Secondly, but then the strike against Iris does manage to hit you on the side of your head, as you will be taking a total of 9 damage. So,
Oh, question.
yes.
What happened to the gallows?
Oh yes, and so as you lie as you see Tears turn around. He doesn't notice the lightning continuing along their destructive path. So as they strike the gallows, it seems to dissipate as this glowing haze, as a glowy haze briefly shimmers around the gallows structure, and then fades. And so, no damage appears to have occurred to the gallows.
Unfortunate.
Good attempt. I must admit, good attempt. And then, last but not least, Sakala. You are also trying to sneak away, correct?
Yeah, that was the plan.
Okay, in that case, roll stealth, please.
That was a D20?
Yep. D20 plus your stealth.
14.
14. You break away as the guards are distracted by Iris, or by Eli's attack, and then Iris and Almanar attracting their attention. And you almost make it to the crowd before the members of the crowd shove you back and pretty much send you onto your feet. Or actually, let me roll for that. So, yeah. Unfortunately, the crowd manages to catch you trying to break away, and they shout at you and kind of shove you back into the group of guards. So, and with that,
Roll initiative.
the Lord Tyrus is now kind of his tattered uniform with trying to maintain his dignity. And if that is over with, let us get on with the show. And so the party, you are led up onto the platform, where two figures in black, who are completely covered in black, are pretty much executors, as you can tell by their garb, one male and one female. They first line you all up and tie the nooses around your necks. You can feel the pressure of the rope around the party as you all look out into the crowd of people. Almanar. No.
Oh yeah, we are.
Okay, one
We
second.
are gonna go to the park and then go to the market.
Hey, Eric, you could, when stuff's going on in the background, if you could just mute your mic, please.
Right, bye-bye.
What's that?
Mute your mic whenever stuff's going on.
My mic was muted.
Are you sure? Because we are still. Was your Skype muted? Because we were still kind of hearing stuff in your
What
background.
did you hear?
Like a toilet flushing?
Oh no, that was right before I muted my mic.
Okay, it's all good. I just want to keep in mind for people to be more aware in the future about background noise, since this is a online D&D session. But anyway, we shall resume.
I can't control the other people in my apartment.
Yeah.
I get you. It's all good. And so you feel the nooses tight around your necks, and as the party gazes out into the crowd, Almanar, you spot a raven on a roof. This black bird appears to be looking and watching you as a black bag goes over your eyes, shielding you from, or blocking your vision and muffling the din of the crowd as they watch. Sakala, as you look around, you see into the crowd, you see a male drow watching.
Gosh dang it. Right before I'm about to freaking die.
You see him watching, and he looks at you with sorrow. And then for you, the same thing happens, where this black bag goes over your head and conceals your vision. Next, Iris. You look out to the crowd, and you see no one.
Aww.
No one you recognize, or you don't see anyone there, unfortunately. Then, last but not least, lie as you look out. And you see kind of hanging towards the front of the crowd. You see the young red dragonborn child by himself watching the proceedings.
No! His son!
So the same happens to everybody, where the black bag goes over their eyes and conceals their vision. And the next thing
as this happens, can I murmur, I'm coming, Mother?
Alright. Yeah.
Hey.
As the black bags go over their eyes, I'd like to ask the party, what are your characters' last thoughts or statements as the bag is drawn over their eyes?
Gonna...
Over their heads.
Aside.
Nice, dude. But, what was that? We'll start off with lie.
He's gonna say, like, a prayer to Tiamat, apologizing for his failure. And basically just think of his mother and brother. And how he's leaving his father behind.
Okay. As you say this prayer for absolution, you feel nothing in return, fortunately. Next, Sakala, any sorts of thoughts that she's thinking of in the meantime, or anything she'd like to voice?
I don't know. I'm just so distressed right now. Like, I'm so pissed that that's the last freaking thing I see before I'm supposed to freaking die. I'm pissed. Dude, I'm so pissed that I'm speechless.
Oh,
I
sorry
can't
to hear
even
that.
think of something to say.
Alright. In that case, just look at your messenger when you get the chance. In the meantime, Iris, any thoughts or wishes going through her head in the meantime?
If she's going anywhere, she's about to go beat her dad's ass in hell.
Nice. That's the spirit. And then Albanar, you as well. Does he have any last thoughts or words he'd like to convey, or?
I say, take this fucking bag off my face. I want them to see my eyes.
All right. And as you say that, the party, and this is the party as a whole, you feel the boot of the executioner against your back as you're kicked off the platform. You feel the noose tighten around your neck as gravity takes a hold of your bodies. And as you choke, you see a blinding white light, and after that, you feel nothing. And I think this is a good pausing point for the session. I'm gonna go do a bio break, get myself some water and whatnot, and we will resume in about 5-ish minutes. If that works for everybody else. So.
Good to me.
I'm good.
What's that raven? Part of the
Fucking grandma just sucks the soul out of every single person in the fucking village.
Wait, what if he like continues our story into like the afterlife?
We get accepted by our planar beings.
Either that or your grandma actually does come and help. You saw the
She
raven.
brings all the fucking zombies. They're like, hi.
Zombie apocalypse.
Brains. Hey, I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the restroom.
Is that your mother? Yeah. No, it's my grandma. Hi. I just wanted them to take the thing off my face. I wanted to look in the eyes of the people who killed me. Comes back. All right, now we
You know what I see how Connor might be taking the story now?
Huh?
They think we're dead. We come back, and they're kind of like, no, hell no. I watched you get hanged.
And I'm like,
You know what I mean?
no. Oh no, fuck. I just remembered something. The Raven Queen can bring me back to life. In exchange for my soul.
Aren't you cool? You get to come back to life.
Yeah, she offers it to everyone. In exchange for once you've done what you need to do, you go with her forever. And then you become basically a little, like, walking Shinigami, basically. Whenever she feels
For deception? No, I'm
she goes
kidding.
flex, then you flex souls. That's why I left the Raven Queen. She's dope. Oh shit. And she also gave me the most emotional, like hot, like low but high at the same time. At the end of one of the streams I was watching, a guy I made a pact with her because she was his patron. They beat the big bad, and while they're all celebrating, she descends. She just appears, and she says, "All right, my child, it is time for us to go." And it's this whole sad thing because he was married, and to another player character, and it was a whole thing. And then he goes, and then it says, then the DM said, "And as you go into that white light, you hear a familiar voice, which is all right, my child." And it was his mom.
Love you too.
I was like, "Oh fuck, God, my soul, please."
Basically, like, damn.
I love that character too. He was so good. He also had like a last night in Bangkok kind of thing where it was like a big party before the final battle. It was great.
It's the final countdown.
Huh?
I might be so much more sad right now.
Why?
No, you just told me.
God, it's the thing. They were all like really great characters. One of them died and got brought back. It was great. He had a daughter though, and he was very pissed off at the party for bringing his dead body to where she could see it.
Oh, that guy.
No, it was another one of the party.
No, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So, how's everybody doing?
Pondering the afterlife, you know, the usual 5 stages of denial and all that.
I'm wondering what the Raven Queen will think of me when I show up.
Oh, ignore that. I typed it wrong. Or I copied it wrong.
Okay.
Friend.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
That was what was playing through my head.
Pretty sure it's a depression.
Here is for.
You can say, but probably.
Oh.
Or, what's that one song? What you say? Ooh,
He only meant well.
Exactly. They
Well,
only
of course
meant
he
well.
Of course he did.
But so what do y'all? So first of all, I'd like to say to everybody that y'all don't have to worry about re-rolling characters, and you're about to find out the reason why. If we're all ready to.
Zombie apocalypse.
Did my grandma show up?
There was a raven there, but
His grandma showed up.
Nana? Hi, Nana. Hello.
anyway, if y'all want to grab yourselves something to drink, I grabbed myself a Newcastle.
Yeah.
Or if y'all want to go take care of bio breaks at the moment, we can resume in just a moment. If not,
I'm ready when you are.
okay. And then what about you, Sakala? Are you all set, or are you gonna go?
I had to grab you water earlier because I was dying of coughing, so
Yeah.
I think I'm
Sorry for
set
not
on
pausing.
that.
Sorry for not pausing earlier. I didn't see your message until then. I had my phone muted. But,
It's fine.
so
don't worry, I did turn my phone volume down. My husband even knew I was playing D&D and still called me anyway.
of course.
So I even told him, I was like, hey, I'm starting my campaign at 6, and he's like, okay, and then persisted to call me multiple times.
It's like you need to lay some sense into that boy. Be like,
I'm telling
what you
dude."
doing?
I want to see what happened.
If
So-
everybody's
I have someone
all
who
set.
can do that serious. Like, I want him dead.
So yeah, Connor, I think one of my theories was like somebody kind of saves us from that, and we come back to the thing, and all the nobles are like, "What the fuck? You guys were dead. I saw you get kicked off, and all that other good shit."
And we're like, we are.
boo, spooky ghosts.
Just like I just go forward, boo, bitch.
I lean forward. The Raven Queen sent me for you. Have a nice.
Or well, Almanar, you would know due to your brief conversation you had with the Eleanor, is that the Raven Queen cares not for the plight of mortals. Is that if they die, they die, and she does not bring people back. In fact, so.
I'm just Raven.
But anyway, so if we're all set, then we shall continue.
So.
And so, this is the party. You awaken at a long, finely decorated table. Platters of food, both familiar and exotic, are laid out before you, accompanied by ale, water, and wine.
I was like kind of looking around, like high fives. Anyone? Valhalla? Yeah.
I'm just looking around thinking, this is not what I envisioned hell to be like.
I shrug. I just I want all of these things. I'm gonna eat all of this.
The table is illuminated by a row of silver candlesticks, all of which are lit. And then a roaring fireplace on one side of the room casts light around the room, revealing fine tapestries of ancient design and decor that line the wall.
Suddenly I'm less excited now. I'm incredibly excited.
In the corner of the room, you even spot the stuffed figure of a strange animal. It appears to be a cross between an owl and a bear.
An owl and a bear?
Not a pig.
Owl?
What does that even look like?
It has an owl head with wings, just a bear body.
Or is it like a bear head on an owl body?
You know?
That wouldn't work.
That's a cool idea. I like that. But no, it's a bear-like creature, but it has an owl's head and feathers all across its body.
So it's like the size of a bear, but with feathers and an owl head.
Pretty much. And and the pose is put in it's rearing up with its arms stretched out and then an attacking position.
Is it like in the... Okay.
And as you all sit in these comfortable high-backed chairs at the table, you notice your wounds have all been dressed, and you are wearing comfortable cotton robes, fresh and smelling faintly of lilac.
Oh no!
And
I swear to God, if this is some
lilac
bullshit where they're like, "We killed you. We said we killed you, but we need you to be our secret police." Like what?
What?
For some reason, you said white robes and lilac, and
I didn't say white robes. I just said cotton robes.
Well, what? We supposedly died. Now we're wearing cotton robes. I mean, my mind immediately goes to white for some reason. But anyways, for some reason,
you think we went to heaven? You're funny.
All right, let's go.
These robes, they're just a plain black. And so
that's why I thought we went to hell.
I like black.
And so, what will the party do?
I'm gonna partake in the food because I'm probably starving.
Fair enough. You do feel quite hungry, and so you dig into the platters before you, and all the food is quite tasty and enjoyable.
Do I have a glass of water?
There is a glass of water in front of you.
I look around and
it's not really you.
Man, if I knew this is what in it.
Are we
there's a
sitting
myriad
next
of
to
drinks.
each other, or are we sitting across from each other?
Well, so it's a very long rectangular table, and so two are sitting on one side, and those being Iris and Almanar, and then on the other side, facing the other two, is Sakala and Lai. And so Almanar begins to dig in. Lai, he sees a glass of water among the goblets in front of him.
And he just drinks the water.
I'm just gonna look at Lai and ask him if he feels funny.
Feels funny.
Brady, roll. I mean, you don't need to roll perception because you feel quite fine. Nothing's weird or anything like that with the water. So.
Oh, okay. I was about to roll. Okay.
I just want to make sure that this stuff is not like poison.
Understandable.
I mean, if they
Because
poison,
I don't
it's
know
fine.
where the hell I'm at right now.
I look at the caller. I said, "Look, dude, we were just
Free food.
we were hanging, and now we're eating food. I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter either way. We're already dead, more than likely."
And as you bring that up, Almanar, as you look at Sakala, you notice that around her neck is a bruise left by the noose. And as you feel your own neck, you feel the same. And everybody else, you do feel this bruise of the noose. So,
Oh.
but it feels to be just a regular noose. So, or a regular bruise, I should say.
I'm like, what? Wait, what? This hurts. Why does this hurt? Do we feel pain in hell?
You
No.
do. As you touch the bruise, it does kind of sting. So,
Like, Jesus.
and then also the wounds that were bandaged and patched up. They do, when you shift in a certain way, you do kind of feel them kind of pull and kind of like twinge in a bit of pain. But they're not significant as they once were, especially for Iris. You're nowhere near an amount of pain as you once were. And then, does Iris do anything, speaking of which?
Iris and Almanar high five for food.
Fair enough. And then, Sakala, aside from questioning Lime, would she like to do anything as well?
I'm just gonna sit there and be really skeptical about the whole situation.
I look at Ella and I'm like, good, you're the one that's going to keep us out of trouble in hell. This is good.
Lai's gonna see if he has any of his inventory.
You look on your personage, and you feel around your robes, but pretty much the robes are the only thing you are currently wearing and equipped with.
So do
We're naked?
we need to remove?
I mean, aside from like underclothing and whatnot,
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Do we need to remove all of our equipment?
And the Dante's Inferno doing good.
Keep them there for now, but just keep that
In mind.
Yes.
There's the
And
first.
so usually, and so I usually ask everybody like to roll perception and whatnot, but and I was doing that because we're all kind of new. The standard is whenever you are curious about the room you're in, or you want to know more about it, you say I would like to roll perception and look around. And
I would like.
And so I'm keeping that in mind in future, like if y'all go into a dungeon or exploring a castle or a ruin, is that if you're going to be going into different rooms, it's always good to roll perception. So
I'll go ahead and roll. Would I roll medicine to see if the food is actually poisoned? Even though I already took a bite. Just for Sakala's sake.
Okay, yeah, sure. Roll.
Okay. Dope.
Because I mean, as you're already eating, you don't feel any effects or any kind at all.
I just want to make sure, just so to reassure her. That's 17.
Yeah. From what you can tell as you poke around your food, nothing appears to be poisoned. And then Sakala, I'd say you'd have the best chance of figuring that out, since you are, you know your way around poisons, to say the least.
For medicine?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, because my medicine is a -1.
And in that
Medicine
case,
is.
roll your survival then.
Survival's a plus.
My survival is also a -1.
Like, what skill then would fit into? That is a good question.
Maybe nature.
True. What is Sakala's nature or her investigation?
My investigation is a +3. My nature is a +1.
Then roll investigation.
That's D20, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. 16.
If you're not dead.
Yeah. You examine the food in front of you. You sniff at it. You taste it a bit to kind of determine of any sorts of untoward properties within it, and It tastes just like regular, but high quality food. There is no poison in it.
Can I walk around the room to see kind of figure where we're at?
Okay. As you begin to kind of push back your chair, all of a sudden, the party, you hear a voice. And the voice says, and it is of a deep male voice. You killed my nephew. I did not particularly like my nephew, but Matrius was my brother's son. Why did you kill him?
Who's Matrius?
That was the first name of Lord Filion.
Oh, okay.
And so, as you all hear that voice, you look to the head of the table, and enshrouded in shadows cast by the firelight, this individual is first enshrouded in shadows by the firelight. You see, it is a middle-aged or an adult high elf man. He's wearing fine but not showy black clothing, and along at his breast is a brooch that has the Filion seal upon it. And so this man asks again, "Why did you kill my nephew? I would like to know," as he looks to the party.
I look at him, I say, first off, thank you for the food and the clothes. Secondarily, he killed him. Me, I was the one who killed him outright. I killed him because he raised my village. And he was part of an underground, weapon.
The high elf nods. Well, you are welcome for the food. It is only natural for one of my birth to treat their guests accordingly.
Yes.
And though I do regret the death of my nephew, I understand your reasoning altogether. He was a terrible little sod and an insult to my flesh. And it is concerning to learn of his criminal activities, but he has always been a pawn to others more intelligent than him. The high elf nods to himself. So he looks at the rest of the party. Was that your reasoning as well?
Lai's gonna say, Lord, he overran my village and murdered countless members of my clan.
The Lord nods and says, "Yes, you are part of New Borgen, is it not? I gave my orders to my son, or to my nephew, for him to simply extend a trade to your village and make it an official member of the cities of my province. As unfortunately, he went against my wishes and took a much more darker and foolish route. You have my deepest apologies for your losses."
Thank you, Lord.
I slightly raised my hand. I said, "So, if I may ask, sir, what did you tell him to do with my people? Because he kind of just raped us for no reason. We were just kind of doing our own thing out there."
Certainly, and I had no issue with that. My only concern was simple matter of taxes. As you all live in my province, I simply wanted to make sure that you would be granted the same sort of protection that all my citizens have available. I asked for him to bring you into the fold. I asked him to take care of you all and ensure that you would be a part of our society. But he was a violent little brat, I must say.
Seems so. Well, first off, I'm sorry for having killed one of your family, even though he was kind of an asshole. No offense.
That is...
Secondarily, why am I alive?
simple. The rope that was hung around your neck and the necks of all of you were enchanted by myself. I gave them to the hangmen, and I gave them to the executors, and they tied them around. Each of those ropes was enchanted with teleportation to bring you to my home.
Did the other know about this? Cool. Did anyone else know about this? Because if I leave and I get hunted down, I'm going to be kind of upset.
You need not worry. In place of you all, I had fashioned lookalikes, flesh golems, if you will, to take your place when you were teleported away from the square. And so, to everyone's knowledge, all 4 of you are dead. So, next, however, I do have another question. And Lord Fillion says, you stole 4,000 gold. 1 second, I need to...
Oops.
I had a feeling that was going to come back to bite us in the ass.
Lord Fillion says, you stole 4,000 gold from my nephew's office. This gold was taxes due for the capital and for the true queen and king.
Sorry.
Now the king is demanding 10 times that from me in recompense. So, tell me. And he leans forward and steeples his hands at the table. What did you spend the 4,000 gold that was mine on?
I put my hand up. I say, well, I got a fur coat, which I didn't spend that much on, actually. Really nice bow. I also spent some money on buying 2 horses. I'm pretty sure they're dead now. A carriage, and rebuilding my village. Which, to be fair, your son did, or your nephew did kind of, burn to the ground.
Lord Fillion
Not to
nods.
just...
I see.
Oh, it's fine.
And then Lord Fillion turns to Sakala and to the rest. And for the rest of you, what was my gold spent on?
Well, I spent it on a new set of armor, and I attempted to rebuild part of the stilts.
And then he looks at Sakala and Iris.
I spent it on 2 nice dresses and some training, as well as a antique sword. Which I need to get that back. I want to know what.
Yeah,
that came from the dude who was training me. That was his sword.
Shit. Hey, sir. Quick question.
The high elf looks at you. Yes, what is it?
On my person, there was a black box. I got it appraised by someone, I'm not going to say who. It's a soul trap. If it is not in the right hands and someone opens it, I don't know how far that power extends. It could be, apocalyptic type situation.
The high elf, he raises one eyebrow as he looks at you, and he reaches within his robes and pulls out the black box as he holds it up. I assume you mean this.
Exactly.
I can assure you, the Tyrius, the royal executor, when he was informed of its design, he had it sent to me to be examined. I held on to it, and now I shall return it to you. I do warn you, though, that this thing is quite powerful, and use it justly, he says, as he tosses it into the air, and then it just kind of gently levitates towards you.
Lai's gonna ask if there's any.
What's that?
Lai's gonna ask if there's any way for the party to get their gear back.
The high elf nods and says, when you finish your meal or when you desire to leave, your gear will be returned to you, at least as much as I was able to get. Unfortunately, the guards did sell off or keep some for themselves, so unfortunately I wasn't able to retrieve. My agents were not able to retrieve all of it, but it will be returned to you, I assure.
Fair enough.
And with that, while you did spend my gold and murdered my nephew, I understand your reasoning for that, and gold can always be made back. Rather, I would like to offer four of you a question.
I like questions.
So, you all were sentenced and hung under the authority of the true queen and king. And now that you have felt our majesty's justice, tell me, did it feel just?
To be fair, we did do everything they had said. But also, I felt it was kind of... I feel the punishment for doing something out of, what we felt was right was a little steep. I would have been fine with them just sending my people and me out into the Stormlands by ourselves with nothing else, but to kill me and send them into slavery, I don't feel was alright.
Exactly, the High Elf says. And what about you, my dear Dark Elf? Did you feel that what occurred was just or unjust?
Punishment-wise, I'm gonna, not agree with him and say that considering a couple of things, if Hammurabi's code does exist in this time era, an eye for an eye, you kill someone, they kill you. But social standard-wise, I'm pretty sure that's probably what would have happened anyway, just because if it was like a normal civilian killed a normal civilian, it wouldn't have been as bad. We just probably would have got put in jail for a while. But seeing as the lowest of the low killed a relatively high standard person, it makes sense.
The High Elf nods and says, that is a reasonable evaluation. And I commend you for that. However, the treatment of your fellows and those you held dear, sending them off into slavery and taking them away from their homes.
Oh no, I don't agree with that part. I just meant what they did to us.
And the High Elf nods and says, nor do I. In fact, I've been alive for many centuries now, and spent many of my years throughout different parts of the Empire. And this is a problem that has begun to plague it in recent years. This unfairness, this corruption. And it all stems from the king and his rule. You see, the king is the one who allowed slavery to exist, and allowed this terrible injustice to occur amongst its people. My nephew was simply a pawn of the king and of the queen. And though my nephew was my family, I could do nothing to sway his violent tendencies and how he followed the every word of his masters. And with that, I would like to offer you all a job. per se. I seek to strike down the king and restore order and restore safety to the regions and the provinces of the continent of Rexterra. And so I would like to enlist all of your help in this endeavor. If you would be willing to do these quests and tasks that I have, I will reward you greatly via pleasures of food as you have experienced, money, and other sorts of treasures as well. He looks to the party and says, I wish to be a benefactor of sorts, and see that we both can profit through working together. How does that sound to each of you? He asks.
Iris stands up, slams the table. You got yourself a deal.
The high elf smiles. The corner of his mouth kind of twitches up in a smile. Good to hear. And for the rest?
I look at him and I get a little serious for a bit. I say, look, I don't have a good track record with high elves as a general point. My mother killed my father. Your nephew tried to kill me and my people. But I'm willing to overlook that. And I'm willing to help. I just need to have assurance that if we find my people in any situation, that they are going to be able to go free.
The high elf nods and says, if you work for me, I will do whatever is in my power to locate your people and try to return them to you. I will bring, if my agents find any, I will have them brought to my manor and they will be taken care of. I assure you.
And on a little bit of a more personal note, did the guards kill my dog?
The high elf, he brightens up as you mention the dog. Ah, yes, the wolf. Funny how you call it a dog, but nonetheless, I assure you that they were not able to get their hands on it.
Yay!
Your companion is currently awaiting his master along with your gear, so no need to worry in that regard. He smiles.
I smile back at him and I say, I like you. You're pretty cool. Alright, yeah. I'm game. Let's go.
Then the high elf turns to Lime and you, Dragonborn.
Well, I will do it. I just have one favor to ask.
And that is?
Would you work on getting my village legal status and letting them rule themselves again?
Oh, same.
The high elf nods and he points to the place on the table in front of him, where you see a parchment and a ink pot before him. While I was waiting for you all to wake up, I was already writing a charter for New Borgen. So this will be sent to Darkmoore Harbor, to the chartering offices, and it will become a full village. I will ensure any reparations will be made towards those who lost their houses and loved ones, and see what I can do to better your village and make it feel welcome.
Well, thank you. Then I am glad to help you.
He nods, and finally, he turns to Sakala. And you, Sakala, what say you?
How long are we working for you? Are we working for you until your goal is accomplished, or are we stuck working for you forever?
There is no contract. You all are free to do as you please. I will merely, myself or my agents, will summon you or give you tasks that I need done in order to better the Empire or assist myself in my duties as Duke of Darkmoore. That is all. No, and you all are free to step out or refuse at any time.
Okay. As long as we're not stuck in this forever permanently, then I accept.
As long as I get to kill people and get paid and eat.
Understand? I abhor slavery of any kind. And as for you, my human friend, I assure you that both of those requirements will be met.
Now, are you okay?
So,
Are you okay with my guild? Or can I start that back up?
For now, I would like to try to minimize criminal elements within Darkmoore Harbor.
Okay.
That is what first brought in an investigator, and then who later summoned the Royal Knights to my province.
I can respect that.
I appreciate it. These knights are no worse than bandits or mercenary armies, as they are under the direction of the king. So the less of them there are in my province, the better.
Now that outside the game question.
Yeah.
Now that we're dead with quotes, do the guards go away, or are they still there?
I mean, I'm going to tell you this out of character, and so your character itself will know, but
yeah,
essentially, the guards have finished their
assignment,
their whole purpose of being here, and so they will be sent somewhere else or be sent back to the capital.
Okay.
And so, but at the same time, and the High Elf, the Duke of Darkmoore, is going to warn you all that now you are dead, but though people have not forgotten your faces, disguise yourself or make your presence as minimally felt as well, at least in my province. That is all I ask.
Can I ask the Duke one more favor?
Or before you do that, I think someone else had something to say. Was that you, Ryan, or?
Yeah, I was gonna say he needs 4 times the amount we stole. Yeah,
10 times.
It's 10 times the amount.
10 times.
Well, if we go up north out of this province, we can just go take it from Iris's dad. He has no problem with that.
If we go out west, I could probably stop by and see if my brother is. Well, I don't know how they're gonna receive me there.
As I said, we can just from Iris's dad.
The High Elf nods and says, "That is an interesting proposition. I will give it more thought and send agents out my way to find out more information, but I do appreciate that offer."
I say, sir, just as a question, have you ever been to Lunaris?
It is not my province to take care of, so no, I have never gone out to that small village.
Fair enough. Okay, that's him.
Then, Brady, you had a question out of game, correct, or in game?
It's to the Duke.
Okay, so Li's asking this to the Duke. Okay.
Could you possibly retrieve my yellow gem from the Temple of Tiamat?
He nods and says, "That will be done. I will have it arranged to be brought here to my manor as soon as possible."
Thank you, sir.
So, with that, Lord Fillion says, unless any of you have any other questions of me, I will formally introduce myself then. I am Duke Drevis Fillion, Duke of Darkmoore, and the Lord who protects this province. So I welcome you all to my manor, Darkmoore Manor, and I bid you all to eat and enjoy yourselves. And now, speaking as the DM, let's see, it is now 9 o'clock. I think this is a pretty natural stopping point for now. Because pretty much what Duke Drevis will do next, he will re-equip y'all with what you have received, or what he could have got back, what he got back, and then he would give you all his first task. And so, I think this is a pretty good stopping point for now, if that works for y'all.
Yep. Yeah,
works for me.
I guess we can stop recording as